I'm Logan from the Backwoodsman Institute. Today's video will be talking about these little guys, a magnesium fire starter. There's thousands of videos on YouTube on how to get fire started with these magnesium fire starters and a ferro rod, but they can be tricky at times. So what I'm going to be showing you is the method and the things that I add on to this magnesium fire starter to help put the odds in your favor. Now, the things we're going to add on to this magnesium fire starter are two things: duct tape and a hacksaw blade. Now, duct tape has thousands of uses in a survival situation, one of them being a fire starter. I always carry duct tape with me in my survival kit and in the woods. You never know when you're going to use it. Like I said, one of the reasons is a fire starter. The glue adhesive on duct tape is flammable. Now, when you light it, it's going to put off a black smoke, and just like if you light plastic or anything on fire, you don't want to breathe it in, because when you light that stuff on fire, it releases a chemical that can be harmful to yourself. So don't breathe it in, or just use it in a survival situation. But if you're going to use it camping, just don't breathe in that black smoke. Now, when you're using a magnesium fire starter, there's three elements. One is the gray piece, the magnesium block. Two is that ferro rod right there, the fricium rod, and some sort of striker. And when you buy a magnesium fire starter kit, it all comes compact with a nice lanyard, and you got a striker that comes with it. I don't like using these strikers, but you can use it. It's the same concept as a hacksaw blade, but this is just too little for me to hold on to and to get going. So I like using something else. Now, when you're using it, what you're going to do is you're going to shave the magnesium block and get magnesium shavings about the size from a dime to a nickel size, a good pile, and you're going to use that. Then you're going to throw a spark onto that magnesium shaving pile. And what that's going to do, magnesium is extremely flammable when it's in that state, the shaved down state, and it's going to light and it's going to burn extremely hot, extremely fast. And that's where we come in with the duct tape. And I'm going to be showing you how that you can use that magnesium initial burst of fire to catch your duct tape on, and with that just initial burst of fire, it's going to burn for a short time, which it can get your tinder started. But if you have artificial tinder and a fire extender or a coal extender, whatever you want to call it, this is going to help you keep a flame and get your tinder started a lot easier. So I'm going to be showing you the steps you're going to take to get this geared up and get it foolproof right now. All right, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to detach your hacksaw blade from your hacksaw. And it's going to have two holes on each end. You want to keep one of the holes there so you can attach your lanyard and keep it with your magnesium fire starting block. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to figure out how much that I need of this hacksaw, because I don't need the whole thing. I want to grab a hold of it. I want to be able to use it kind of like a knife. I want to have enough of a cutting edge and a sawing edge that I can use it comfortably. Next thing, I'm going to put it in a vise where I determined I want to break it off at. And then I'm going to break it off either in a vise or by bending it by hand or whatever. A vise is your best bet because you can get a nice clean break. And then I'm going to grind a knife edge on the back side of the hacksaw blade. This is going to be used as my striker for my ferro rod. All you got to do there is use a grinder and grind one side and turn it over and grind the other side and make a crude knife edge that's pretty sharp. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to round off the edge. And what this is going to do is going to make it safe to carry. A sharp pointy edge can puncture a hole in a pouch and render that pouch useless over time. Or if someone would put this in their pocket, which I don't recommend, they could actually injure themselves by a sharp pointy edge. So that's why I'm rounding this off, to make it safe to carry. Now that I got my saw edge, my knife edge on the back side, and I rounded off the tip for safety reasons, now I'm going to take some duct tape. I'm going to wrap me a handle that I can hold on to comfortably. I want to leave this hole where the blade attaches to the hacksaw, the handle. I'm going to leave that hole because that's where my lanyard's going to go. I got about 6 foot of duct tape on there, wrapped real tight, comfortable handle to hold on to. I can still strike. I got a knife edge so I can strike my ferro rod, and this is ready. We're going to try it out. Now, as you can see with the lanyard that comes with it, basically it's like dog chain. You have very little room to play. And when I attach my striker to it, it feels like I have even less room to play. So what I do is I take 550 cord, and I'm going to make my own lanyard up and put it through my new striker. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what a magnesium fire starter does without any additives to it. If you didn't have this hacksaw blade and you just used a knife, you'd have to shave until you got a good pile, and that takes a long time. Well, the hacksaw blade, you can just sit there and you saw back and forth, and before long, you get a nice pile. And then what I like to do, I'm doing this in a shaded area so y'all can see it pretty well. I'm doing this on aluminum foil so I don't burn up this concrete and put a black spot on it. But you shave a little bit, and then you put your shavings into a pile. And I'm gonna be doing this, and I'll show you what it looks like here in a little bit. Now this is a brand new magnesium fire stick, and they put like a lacquer coating on this ferro rod, this Frisium rod. So in order to get a spark, you kind of got to shave that lacquer coating off. So what I do to prep my magnesium fire starters, you can, when I'm in the field, you know, if I only have a knife to do this, I'm going to use a knife. But if I'm going to prep it, I like to just scrape that lacquer off and then actually get to the ferro rod. Now, if I can show you guys this in this light, you can see kind of the gray shavings, but then you see the black on the sides. That's that kind of lacquer coating. That gray is the ferro rod. All right, I got about a dime-sized pile right there, and I'm gonna use my knife edge of my hacksaw blade to throw a spark onto that. And when I do this, I like to keep my ferro rod kind of anchored onto the ground and throw a spark, but you got to make sure not to disturb that magnesium. And then watch where the majority, you want to hear the sparks kind of sizzle on the ground, and you'll be able to pick that up. And then if I'm going above it, all I got to do is move my magnesium block back. All right, that's catching and burning pretty good. And now it's out. All right, now I'm gonna show you how I rig it up with the duct tape and make it a coil extender. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna peel about 4 or 5 inches of duct tape off my handle. Now I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna fold one end over onto itself, so it's going to keep the duct tape on the ground, just like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my magnesium, I'm going to try to throw it all onto that little piece of tape right there. What this is going to do, it's going to collect my magnesium instead of having the wind blow it around or whatever, so it's going to keep it all in one spot, which is a plus. Okay. All right, we got our magnesium coated duct tape right there. Now I'm going to throw a spark, try to catch some of that magnesium on fire. Alright, just like that, I got a good flame, and then I have this little tail of duct tape that I can turn and keep it going for a good while. Alright, that's duct tape, hacksaw blade, and a magnesium fire starter, and it's still burning. So, hope you guys learned a lot from this video. This is an excellent way to make this foolproof and to get a fire started when you absolutely need it. Hope you guys liked it. Catch you in a bit.